Hello, I'm Shirley Nachtrieb, the curator of this exhibit at the St. Peter's Cultural Arts Center. We are here in St. Peter's, Missouri, exhibiting the Society of Layerists and Multimedia exhibit called A Reflection of Myself. We have 24 members with 34 paintings on exhibit. We would now like to highlight each artist individually along with their artist statement. Here we have Shirley Barnes with her title, Autumn Flight. In her artist statement, she says, "I appreciate being an artist. In nothing else do I have the privilege and freedom to explore a journey as fascinating and challenging as making images. It is the reach of those elusive images in my mind, just on the end of my fingertips, that calls me onward. I find being an artist has a way of engaging the whole person, inner and outer. There is a sense of growing artistically and psychologically." Here we have Catherine Kuchar. Her painting title is Detours and Destinations. In her artist statement, she says, "The acrylic painting called Detours and Destination fits the theme, a reflection of myself, with symbols and layers that speak of choices and decisions. I have included two ladders in my painting, as there always seems to be two or more ways to go about things. Can't we all agree, sometimes the detour we take offers a more scenic view than a direct pathway? Life is truly a mystery." Janet Hall Ruffin, Never to Be Touch Red Roses. Her artist statement says she is an artist, a poet, an art educator. She has two paintings in the show. These two paintings combine jelly print, painted paper, acrylic, and words from two of her poems. The process is intuitive, as each part determines what wants to come together to tell the story of a moment in time. Janet Hall Ruffin, I Hear Whispers. She continues with her artist statement saying she worked at the Children's Cancer Hospital, University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center for over 10 years as an art teacher, and was part of a team that created Street Smart, a creative arts project for Harris County Juvenile Probation in Houston. This is Joanne Durham's painting called Energy Flow. Her artist statement says, "My friend says she sees a purple aura surrounding me. I cannot see it myself. However, I do like to wear purple clothing, jewelry, and shoes. My painting, Energy Flow, reflects who I am and appear to be." This is Cal Mahan's painting titled You Go, I Go, Lego. Philosophical symbolism and social statements are the dominant subjects in my works. Humor finds its way into my work also. Making hand-formed papers as palette, collecting found papers and objects, altering papers with a variety of media, and creating unique forms and shapes from found objects provides a creative technique for my works. Most of my work start without a preconceived idea. My art and visual expressions become a reflection of myself.
Okay.
Jane Winders Frank. The title, My Soul Resides in the Blue Ridge. I have lived in Roanoke Valley of Blue Ridge Mountains most of my life. It seems like a protective nest which surrounds me, and I miss it when I go away. My soul resides in Blue Ridge, conveys some of the sense of majestic mountains and old age mystery. I have used unprimed canvas with acrylic paint to create a collage of layers and interesting surface changes. This layer was adhered to a primed canvas for presentation. I hope this piece is inviting to the viewer. Come visit my valley sometime and see what I mean. This is Linda Penrod's painting called The Mind's Eye. Her statement says, I am intrigued by the idea that all humans share a visual language and that certain symbols or marks have a universal meaning. I believe that we are all connected, and that is how an artist who lived thousands of years ago can speak to us through cloth, clay, or symbols scratched in stone. When I paint, I hope to tap into the collective consciousness which arises in humans from shared instinct, common experience, and shared culture. Meandering Creek is painted by Nita Mem. She says in her artist statement, Meandering Creek is a layered mixed media collage that represents the beautiful layers of nature that surround me in the Texas Hill Country. My love and continuous good stewardship of my land are rewarded every day, and it is my inspiration for a reflection of myself. Nina Mem has a second painting. This one is called Hillside Sumac. It's a layered mixed media collage that represents the beautiful layers of nature that surround me in Texas Hill Country. My love and continuous good stewardship of my land are rewarded every day, and it is my inspiration for a reflection of myself. Terry McDonald is the artist here. Her title is Life Ahead. As this piece was designed on the canvas, I was led to go inside myself. The artwork reflects me sitting by the pond that was created 20 years ago, the house I lived in, and the love of my life. The land that surrounds and feels good beneath my feet and warms me as I hold it in my hands. It is necessary to rub our hands all over our life to truly enjoy and feel our memories and experiences. Georgia Mason. These figures emerge with no thought in mind, feeling my way with paint and collage. This painting seems to be about life's journey from the dark of unknowing, making the way to the fullness of earth life, and then opening to wisdom, connecting to all that is. This is Georgia Mason's painting called Journey, The Journey. Mary Wilbanks, Volar. In her artist statement, she says her painting is a reflection of the feeling that she has when she returns to the Mississippi Gulf Coast where she grew up. My color palette seems to always head towards the visuals and neutrals. Perhaps it's my remembrance of growing up in the country and truly seeing these colors every day. Anyway, I find this one mesmerizing, and this title of this painting is Mesmerization 1. Carol Staub, Mesmerization 2. This painting was inspired by what's around us every day, whether it be rocks, trees, cracks in the sidewalk, colors, the movement of the wind, water, soil, grass, as well as many other everyday visuals. This painting is by Carrie Schultz. The title is Outlier. As a professional quilter, I have enjoyed creating visual art forms for many years. Mixed media art has provided a new outlet for creative energy. Slim has been a great fit for me. I have discovered that I love working with many types of materials. As I layer them on the canvas, I also enjoy guiding them to create a feeling of a story. Found objects are important in my pieces. Giving new life to discarded objects is very satisfying to me. This painting by Linda Culp is called Abstract Number 3, Mixed Media. Her artist statement is, as an artist, I tend to follow the paint. It will take me to the next step. This is another Linda Culp painting called Flowing Bird in Brown. Again, she lets the painting flow on the surface and creates an image, and then she sees what she sees and lets the paint take her to the next step. This painting by Sue Burke Harrington is called Still Waters. In her artist statement, she says, this painting, Still Waters, is a reflection of who I am. I tend to be a quiet person with much going on below the surface, and the reasons are complicated. One of my paintings is called Still Waters, is light and cool in hues. Another Sue Burke Harrington painting is Complicated. This one is dark with some heat. They are the night and day, the light and the dark of who I am and what I present to the world. This painting is by M.K. Farr, entitled Nature and Me. The theme underlying all of my work is the question of man's place in nature. I see it most often as a conflict, that we are no longer in harmony with nature. I often use straight lines to represent man, machine-made, and curvilinear to represent nature organic. This painting by Jean Griffin is called Lake, Land, Sea, and Me. If it grows, swims, crawls, walks, prowls, barks, or purrs, I am adamant about safeguarding its beauty, its life, its environment. Roseanne Hudson. Title, The Sign. The sign is a reflection of ancient times, brought up to the present. I've never painted by sheer inspiration, but it has always been in my instinct and the process that has ruled my creations. Roseanne Hudson, The Warrior. These pieces cried for some collage materials, and they added just the touch of mystery that permeates my work. I feel the deep primal drums beating to the rhythm of my heart, and they are mine. This is another Georgia Mason painting called In the Garden. Her statement says, surrounded by wildflowers, tropical plants, and perennials, peace prevails and I am home. Judy Bordick, The Solitary Black Swan. Nature is my primary inspiration, typically birds, flowers, or natural landscapes. I paint in traditional Chinese spontaneous style to create solely with brushstrokes using traditional Eastern materials of Shuan paper, sumi ink, and brushes. There is no initial drawing or corrections when using these materials. I enjoy combining these results with various papers, fabrics, leather, or found objects to create mixed media pieces. The Solitary Black Swan demonstrates this process, which blends both a structured and intuitive approach. The Journey One by Shirley Nachtrieb. The Journey One is not about the product, but what the journey is enriched by. In the end, there is a product. Well, what really is important is what you learned along the way. Experimentation comes into play. Problems arise, solutions are discovered, and a product is born. It is a part of you visually, from your heart. Shirley Nachtrieb, The Journey To. This is about life and our spiritual journey as we travel through it. Nature is part of that journey, renewing experiences and learning from them layer by layer. What makes this piece special is the use of real leaves to echo dye the fabric. We travel full circles many times in our lives. Seasons change and nature renews. This is Anne Hartley's piece titled Imagine. Time is fleeting in this piece. Fall is in the air. Days growing longer. A face looking and watching life rushing by. My work is intuition, building on diverse images to create a moment in time. This is another Anne Hartley painting called Long Journey. Think about the journey a turtle must make to survive from the sandy beach to breaking waves of the ocean. Our life journeys are also filled with many obstacles like that, but we seem to always overcome them. Painting for me is the calm space I need. This is a Mary Alice Brockman painting entitled Memories. Memories reflects who I am and what I do. The act of painting is vital to me. My work is intuitive and records my experiences, my journeys in life. My primary focus in my work is using textures, discarded bits and pieces of old unresolved paintings, objects found along pathways, old photographs, and textured papers. These become tokens of my art. I layer elements only to unearth these pieces by scraping back. I simply must do art. It is who I am. Vicki Lennon, title Future Thoughts. Boating was a major part of our life. After Hurricane Matthew sunk our boat, the decision was not to continue boating. Now the time has come to find a replacement. Vicki Lennon, title Moonlight Memories. For many years, my husband and I enjoyed boating through the U.S., Canada, and the Bahamas. This piece was inspired by those memories. Lynn Kroll, thumbprint portrait. In her art statement, she says she is inspired by the power, magic, mystery, and beauty of nature. She looks beyond the obvious surface to perceive the awesome environment, not only visually, but with all of her senses. Her hands are part of the introspective body of digital collages. Thumbprint portrait reveals a vision of herself layered within the magical world of nature.
Hello, my name is Marilyn Pagano of the city of St. Peter's and a population of 56,000. I'm so proud of this art that's behind me and including the whole art that's being displayed throughout the City Hall. Thank you very much, and please come and visit the art show.